Welcome back. Today we are making blueberry oatmeal muffins and really honoring the 4th of July with a raspberry and a blueberry. Because I'm unable to be I'm unable to not be transparent. I've made these twice. The first time I made them, they were good. The second time I made them with some weird oats and it just didn't go the way I wanted it to. So we're back again. And we are going to make them, and it's just going to be a great time, and they're going to be better. So this is another Rock Your Body recipe. This is the oatmeal she uses in it, so I'm going to try it with this one. The first time I did it, I just did it like old-fashioned rolled oats. This has oats, flaxseed, chia seeds, quinoa flakes, and puffed. I'm going to embarrass myself. Amaranth. So if you know what that is, let me know. But it just has like a bunch more stuff, and this is what she used. So I figured I might as well try it. So to start, you make the crumble, and to do that, you need to make oatmeal. So we only need 2 tablespoons of oatmeal. So I'm really hoping John wants some extra oatmeal because we are going to have extra left over because I don't know how to divide 1/3 of a cup of oatmeal into 2 tablespoons, and I'm just not going to try. So it smells good. It really didn't actually smell good. Smell good. This is pulling weird. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, so we need 1/3 of a cup of oatmeal, and then we need 2/3 of a cup of water. Mix it all up. Microwave for 60 to 75 seconds. Okay, now that while that goes, we also need to cut up cold butter. You need 2 tablespoons of butter cut up into like little cube sizes. Not sure why. This is the part where I struggle every time. I don't understand how to make the crumble, so I'm hoping today it'll be a little bit better. Might not be, and that's just really gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. Every little thing is gonna be all right. Okay, so 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. I think that's 2 tablespoons. If not, I don't really care. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you cube the butter into like small cubes. It's cold. Again, like, I don't know. This part really confuses me every time, but it's been decent every time. Like, the muffins weren't bad last time. They weren't good. They weren't good. So 2 tablespoons of oatmeal. Like, it's still watery. I don't know. I really don't know if this is good or not. I'm going to put it back in for like 15 more seconds. And then this also needs 2 tablespoons of flour and 1/4 cup of brown sugar. This just doesn't seem right. Does this look like oatmeal? Okay. Clearly, I don't make oatmeal very often because I'm having a hard time figuring out if this looks like oatmeal. Okay, so 2 tablespoons. Here's a bowl of oatmeal for you. Then you get another tablespoon, a clean tablespoon, and do 2 tablespoons of flour. 1. Oh, okay, interesting. That makes more sense. The hot oatmeal this time is melting the butter, which is making a more hefty consistency, which is nice because the last time I didn't have that. I know that coconut sugar can be a substitute for brown sugar. Okay, so this is 1/4 of a cup. Okay, there we go. And then this is not something she had added, but I love cinnamon, so I'm going to add cinnamon to it. Okay, this looks way more. I love knowing how bad I did the first time by seeing what it was supposed to look like this time. And then add a little, I don't measure, I just pour it in. That didn't go as planned, but that's okay. It spilled everywhere. I also don't think you can see what I'm doing, which is kind of a problem. Is it a problem? I don't know. If anybody trusts me enough to like actually let me be your leader, I feel like if you just read the directions, you're probably better off making the recipe, but you're way less entertained. So, okay, so this is what it looks like this time. If I'm being honest, the last time I made this, it was just chunks of like butter and then like flour around it. So I think this is more right. So I'm going to set this aside now. This is good to go. And then we start on the wet ingredients. So I wanted to do, so I got really fun. We're a big 4th of July family. I grew up, the 4th of July was huge in my family. Like my mom used to get us to take us and get our nails done. And it was like, we got designs and we got a new shirt every year from Old Navy. And so it was always a really big deal in my house. And so I love the 4th of July. So we are celebrating and we got these little muffin tins. These aren't tins. What are they? Muffin papers? I don't know, but they're really cute. I found them on Amazon and I'm obsessed with them. So I had to give them to good use and I had to use them for you all. Now we're going to make we need to combine oats and water into a small bowl. Are you going to eat that oatmeal? Or should I do something with it? Okay. And now this you do not make into oatmeal. You're just letting it soak. I actually think I'm going to go with the regular oats for this. I feel like for the topping, that was good for oatmeal, but I'm going to do half and half because my gut's telling me to. I don't know why. So next up, we've got organic, old-fashioned rolled oats from Whole Foods. And you go in a half a cup of water and a half a cup of rolled oats. And today, I clearly don't care about the amount of dishes, even though that's crazy because our dishwasher is running. This is all going to sit in the sink. So cool. Also, found this shirt, $5 at Target. You probably can't find it because this is going to come out and you're already going to be all ready for the 4th of July. So that sucks. And I'm sorry. But now the oats and the water are in here. I'm going to give them a nice little mix, sit for 10 minutes. And then the worst part about this is that I just realized I'm going to have to dirty another bowl because I need to melt the butter. Actually, I wonder if I can melt it. Is this microwave dishwasher oven safe? Half cup, which is 1 stick of butter, but we buy our butter from Costco. So I am going to get out the scale for this because I believe a half cup of butter is 113 grams. So now I have my scale out, 113. I didn't think this through. Okay, perfect. You got to think harder, not, is that it? Think smarter, not harder. Okay, well, that's embarrassing. So you take this, 118, that seems about just perfect. Now to melt it, I like to cut it up into smaller pieces because if not, it just like takes forever to melt. And since it's going in a big bowl, it's probably going to take longer to melt anyway. So cut it up. It is 5:23. We took Hank to the vet today because he has issues. Not really. He's like a very healthy dog, but we can't decide.
You have issues.
Okay, I was worried about him. Sorry.
That's the problem.
He threw up 3 times in 45 days. That's not normal, okay? He had gone to the vet.
Tell them that I diagnosed it as cranberries, you diagnosed it as blood, and the vet said it's probably cranberries.
That is not what he said. That is not what he said. He did not say it was probably cranberries. You know what he said? He said that it's probably from switching foods back and forth because our boy is sensitive.
And which food did he say not to eat?
Well, he said not to eat the cranberries, but he didn't say the blood was cranberries. You know what? I won't subject you all to the picture, but it was blood. Mother knows best. I'm being gaslit in my own house. Okay, melting the butter. I was gonna do something while it melted, but then I realized all of the wet stuff is going in that bowl, so I'm not gonna do anything. Back to Hank. So he went to the vet today, which means he has to get drugged because he is so dramatic and he can't handle going to the vet, which on a side note, like I understand, like I hate going to the doctor, but somebody should give me a Xanax to go to the doctor, but I don't get that. Anyway, it's 8:23, it's 5:23 and Hank is just still knocked out on the couch, not eating DINNER. So the butter is mostly melted. I'm not going to lie and say it's all melted. See, you can't see it. Again, cameraman over top would be great. Butter is melted. Now we need to put in the sugar, vanilla, and egg. It is a cup of sugar, I believe. No, a half cup. Look at that. It's so healthy. And I'm using cane sugar. Oh, damn. I spilled. That's almost We're just going to pour that in and just do a little dab extra. A little extra sugar. I mean, it probably has killed somebody, but it's not going to kill your recipe. So now that we're done with that, we're going to put the egg in. I fear I just saw tiny fragments of the eggshell go in there. And what if I pretend it didn't? Is that eggshell? Where's the tablespoon? I don't think, is that? The fact that I can't tell. Sometimes if I look at eggs too long, I freak out. I just need to stop looking at it. Does anybody else have that? I think everybody has that problem, if I'm being honest. And then vanilla goes in here. Oh. Oh, I don't think I mentioned the oven's preheating at 500 degrees. And guess what, John? I still left the Dutch oven in it. John even reminded me that the Dutch oven was in it, and I forgot again. This is so not good for me, especially because the lid of this is metal. Oh, there's plastic in my mouth. What's the difference? At least I know it's plastic I'm eating. Oh, that kind of hurt. Don't do that. See, I went through all that trouble with freaking with my teeth, and scissors got it done right away. Half teaspoon. Knowing the vanilla extract is just like organic, like not organic. I'm reading the ingredients, but it's just organic. It's just vanilla bean and alcohol is really weird. I kind of want to try to make my own. I saw people do that, and I think that's really cool. Okay, so now I'm going to whisk this all together and do butter, sugar. This is what's wrong with me. Like I'm reading this, but I already know what I did. I already put butter, sugar, egg, and vanilla in here. So plot twist, my whisk is in the dishwasher. So I'm going to use this. It's actually really cute. Where is it from? Sur La Table? Is that Sur La Table or Sur La Table? I actually don't know. Sur La Table. It's on sale, I think. But it's so cute. It has little strawberries on it. So it's perfect for the 4th of July. Blueberry. I also called these blueberry muffins at the beginning. We're doing blueberry and raspberry. So the first time I did them, I just did blueberry. But then I was like, oh, I kind of want to do something for the 4th of July. And honestly, I wanted to do an apple pie / apple crumble, but I actually want to eat that on the 4th of July. And spoiler alert, I'm making this before. And so I want the apple pie for the 4th of July. So I have to make it that day. And so you're getting blueberry muffins today instead. Blueberry raspberry muffins. And it kind of just, screams 4th of July because it's red, white, and blue. This is all mixed. I didn't melt the butter all the way, so I'm trying to make sure all the butter gets smashed. Then you set this aside and you make the dry ingredients in here. Oh, plot twist. No, you're not done yet. You're not done yet. I did this last time too. Now is when you mix the oats in. The oats will absorb a lot of the water, so that's them softening, and then you just add them into the wet mixture. This noise is making me very upset on the inside. Now mix those in. So just a note, the oats I used last time, they were sprouted. I don't know, they're like Farmer We Know or something like that brand. They're from Costco. I bought them in bulk, thinking that they would be like, oh, these really great oats and yada, yada, yada. They're like harder. I don't know. They're probably better for you, but I'm not interested. Okay, so now this I can set aside. I'm going to pull this over here and do all the dry ingredients, which is just flour. I mean, if I was watching this, I'd probably have a panic attack. Look at my counter. Like, talk about a nervous breakdown waiting to happen. As you can see, the kitchen is slightly better. Honestly, that was really overstimulating for me. So glad it's better. We're going to do the dry ingredients now. So 1.5 cups of flour. This is my favorite gluten-free baking flour. I don't know if I've shared that yet. It is Bob's Red Mill gluten-free 1-to-1 baking flour. I have tried all-purpose flour. I have tried like gluten-free all-purpose flour. I've tried a bunch of different things, and for some reason, I really noticed it. I make chocolate chip cookies a lot, which is something I can share. But I was making chocolate chip cookies all the time and trying to find a really good gluten-free recipe, and they all had this weird taste to them. And so once I found this flour, that changed. It was a game changer. So if you are looking, if you like baking and you're looking for a gluten-free option, this is it. John doesn't like when I made the first batch of gluten-free cookies with this, he actually like looked at me and was like, "Are these gluten-free?" And so that's nothing to do with me and everything to do with the flour, because every other time I've made gluten-free cookies with any other flour, it was very obvious. Flour, we're going to go baking powder and baking soda. So you need 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon. Let me tell you, every time I use baking powder over baking soda, it brings me joy because look at this. Ready? That's insane. Now I have to go into this stupid Arm & Hammer. I've got to dig for it, and then I've got to hope that I get enough. And 95% of the time, I don't. Spoiler alert. So, yes, I am aware that there is probably another option, okay? That I could buy something other than Arm & Hammer and it would have the same effect as that. But Arm & Hammer is just like a staple in a house, right? Like everybody, is there another baking soda? No. And so I'll just suffer and I'll complain about it and I'll make no adjustments. And that's that on that. Okay, thank you. And then I add a sprinkle of cinnamon here as well. And that's all that goes in here. So once you do that, you combine the dry ingredients, you stir them into the wet ingredients. I'm actually just going to take this and move it around so that not everything's in one spot. I'm not creating any extra dishes. This one has enough dishes as is. Now from here, you just combine. It would probably be nicer if I did it this way. Combine. And then quote unquote, fold the dry ingredient. No, you mix the dry ingredients. You fold in the berries. Something's not looking right in here. Oh well. So you just want to get it until everything's nice and combined. Hopefully that happens. This today on my way home from work, I was listening to a 4th of July playlist. And let me tell you, nothing quite hits like that. Listening to Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue sends a chill down my spine. And Independence Day by Martina McBride. Talk about songs that just like raised me. I was only 8 years old that summer. I always seemed to be in the way. So my babysitter growing up was obsessed with country music. And so I think it was usually every Friday, or at least that's how I remember it in my childlike brain. And she would get a new country CD. And so she'd always take, and she had a red convertible. And we used to drive around, listen to the new country song, and just vibe. It was a great time. And so that's how I really fell in love with country music, is just because we listened to it all the time. Back to the reason you're here. She calls for a cup of blueberries in her recipe. Now I'm doing blueberries and raspberries, and I did a little bit less each time. So I'm not going to do a full half cup. I'm just going to go with my gut. I would have said the last time I did it that I wouldn't do raspberries again, just while you're mixing it, because it kind of looks weird. The berries break up, they don't stay full, and I didn't think they were going to be good, but they were like really shockingly good in this recipe. So just something to note, the berries, her original recipe calls for just blueberries and no cinnamon. Those are my adjustments to it, so take with that what you will. Understand that, don't blame her, you can blame me if you don't like the adjustments to it. I can already tell that's better than the last time I made them. I'm going to put them in the muffin tins. Let the weak be strong. We're over here now because we're going to do the part where we put it in the oven, and then the Dutch oven's going to be in there because I still haven't taken it out. But you go ahead, you line your muffin liners, your patriotic ones. Okay. So now the recipe says about 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 tablespoons goes in the muffin tin because it does grow. So I usually do it a little more than halfway, but I don't know. I do use a tablespoon, so I kind of get the idea of what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't do anything fully right. Okay, see, like that one's probably going to grow over, but I'm not going to take stuff out of it. And then this makes 12 muffins, maybe a little bit more, but it's only 6 because when I bought this, I wasn't baking that much. and I bought a silicone one first. Let me tell you, that thing sucks. It's the worst. Everything I put in it tastes like silicone. Yes, I'm aware that there's muffin batter on my finger, but like I feel very passionately. I thought it was gonna be great. Nobody told me that when you buy a silicone anything, but I've never bought anything else silicone, a silicone muffin tin, everything comes out tasting like silicone. So I'm warning you. Don't say nobody told you. I'm here telling you, do not buy a silicone muffin tin, buy a normal muffin tin. Trevor, it's not looking like a crumble. So I haven't got this part right yet. And I'm hoping this doesn't ruin it. I'm hoping it's still good. We'll see how it is with some. If it's not good, this crumble's not good because it's not giving crumble energy. It's giving like a oatmeal energy is what it's honestly giving. Here we go. This is because the Dutch oven's in there because I forget every time. All right, 20 to 25 minutes at 400 degrees. I start with 20 because I've noticed every time I've done this recipe, it's been 20 minutes. So, okay, we're back. The timer just went off. It's been 20 minutes. We're going to take the muffins out, see how they went, and see if when we stick a knife in, they, like I can tell you with the utmost certainty, this crumble does not look the way it did the last 2 times. And I don't think that's right, but that's okay. Because it's probably, they smell good. Knife. I think they're done. This crumble doesn't look right. This crumble doesn't look right. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a second. That seems like a waste. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make a second crumble. So we're going to troubleshoot together. Okay. In all transparency, we're doing this my way now. We're literally saying, screw the recipe. And it is what I want to do to see if I can make a good crumble all on my lonesome. So no promises. I just put oats in water. I did 2 tablespoons of oats and then like, I don't know, 2.5 tablespoons of water. I'm going to pop this in the microwave for about 30 seconds and see what happens. And then I'm just going to go with it. And then I'm going to add everything else and see what happens by chance. So that's in there for 30 seconds. I'm going to cut everything. Oh, I meant to cut the oats in half. That'll be fine. Whatever. I am going to cut everything in half because I don't want to waste. And I'm already wasting by doing this a second time, but I really had to see if I could make something better because it doesn't look right. Okay, this is what I just did. Got this out of the microwave. There was some excess water. So, I just dumped it out. I'm going to let this cool off for 1 second before adding the butter because I'm wondering if the butter being all melted affected the rest of the recipe, but I am going to go ahead and go in with the 1 tablespoon of flour and the 2 tablespoons of sugar. So 1 tablespoon flour. I'm going to do a little less than 2 tablespoons of sugar and then a little bit of cinnamon. Now I'm going to mix this all together first. You are watching my brain in action and like that's really scary. So good luck to all of us, really. I guess it's really me who's affected because like I bet you guys could follow this recipe and the crumble will be correct. This actually looks a lot more normal. That one was way too watery. This one actually looks like oats, which is like a major part of like it being a crumble is like the oats keeping their integrity. I feel like I made that far more serious than it needed to be. Okay. So then from there, I'm just going to get, again, I'm guesstimating because I just don't feel, I'm dirtying so much. We're going to go with that. That's actually probably too much. So we're probably going to leave some behind. Okay. I'm feeling actually a lot more confident. Everybody better watch out if I just figured this out. I'm not 100% confident, but I'm not as unconfident as I was. Come along. And honestly, finding out the 4th of July, like it's going to rain all day here. Like I was very excited to have a pool day, a beach day, do something. And that's just not going to be the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, I'm going to roll up my sleeves. And yes, I put on a long sleeve. I was getting a little bit cold in here. And this is also just one of the comfiest tops in the whole world. So yes, you've seen me wear it like 700 times now. Feeling like maybe I add a little bit of extra fruit. I might have used most of the blueberries on the first batch. More blueberries. Where did I put? Oh, they're over here. I hid them from the camera. I grabbed too many. I'm getting frustrated. John's home. We're putting in the second batch, and the crumble looks really weird, so we made a new crumble together. Okay, this one's like over full, and now I'm trying to fix it, and now it's just like not going the way I wanted it to, so we're just gonna call it. We're gonna call it. These are full, these are good. Let's crumble them. It's going down. I'm yelling crumble. Look at that one, has far too much crumble. But you can't see the muffin tin. The trials and tribulations of trying to videotape yourself in the kitchen. I really admire food content creators. Okay, now we're gonna throw these in the oven for 20 to 24 minutes, probably 20 again. So there they go. This is them. And into the oven. Do you want to try one of these muffins with me? We're gonna be brave and we're gonna try this scary. Like, look at it. We're gonna try this scary crumble. It smells delicious, I will say that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just dive right in and try it. I'm really scared I'm gonna burn my tongue, but that's pretty good. I need to take one more bite. I need to find okay. Over here's some blueberries. Pretty good. I'm a bit interested.
We also haven't eaten dinner yet.
Yeah, so I'm really hungry.
Mmm.
I'm pretty good.
Mmm. Mmm. Mmm.
Okay, ew. Probably should have just ran with the crumble I had, but now we'll get to compare and contrast my recipe. Special treat. Oh my God, I didn't set a timer. All right, listen, the alarm went off. I got them out of the oven. My mic wasn't on. So, hold on. I dropped my mitten. And then I went like this. Look at these muffins. They have more crumble. They look more crumbly. So these ones definitely have a more crumble-esque look, while the other ones have more of like a batter look. And we are going to have to patiently wait to see. We're gonna let these cool, and then we will try one of these to see which ones we like better. Back, and we are going to try the other muffins. So we already tried these ones. So no, we're just gonna share. Oh, do you want? You can have your own. Okay, you need it because we're gonna. Yeah, you need to get in it. You gotta look at it. This one looks so much better. So taste wise, let's see. You know what? I'm wrong. These need more fruit. Like, I get scared to add too much fruit, but you need more fruit. You're not saying anything. Well, don't yet. You have such a mouthful.
That's very good.
Okay, your reaction last time was your reaction to the last muffins was
Well, because now I'm thinking.